I walked into a restaurant and they signed with the Heat. They signed with the Heat. Some American is yelling at me. Who? Which one? Which one? And when he gave me the lineup, I was flabbergasted. How did you first learn that both Bosh and LeBron were going to sign with the Heat?
Well, we all got great relationships, and at the end of the day, it came down to the process of elimination. Everyone, went through the process, and we had similar teams. At the end of the day, Matt came down to Chicago and Miami. I think Chris as well. And when I realized Chris really had a strong interest in joining, me with the Miami Heat, it was a no-brainer to say, let's get this done. Let's do it. We always talked about, Coach Riley had a plan. Said that, he said from the beginning, I think everyone knew that it's a possibility that you guys could play together. Well, we looked at it and said, well, if everyone wants to do it, then we would do it. But, we all got to go through our own process and see how we feel about the situation. And at the end of the day, we let LeBron make his decision. And, he let us know a little while before everybody else that the decision was going to be made. But even though I knew like 2 seconds before everybody else, I still was nervous. Yeah. Just like everybody else, like, what are you going to say? What are you going to do?
Exactly.
So, it was a decision that I think we all came to on our own, and we realized that, this is the best decision for our futures. Because all of us had the same thing coming into this. We want to win. We're going to do whatever it takes. Well, I think we backed that up.
Yeah. Stay right there if you would. I want to ask you about something Coach Riley did. I think that helped the process along. But so, through the years, I don't know that there's been a more respected athlete in South Florida than you. I think of you and I think of Dan Marino. Not because of what you've done on the court. That's one thing and undisputable. But what you've done away from the court. And that's the philanthropic work that you've done. How many years now have you done Zoe Summer Groove?
This is our 14th year.
Really?
Jimmy, and I think the good thing about it is, we kind of feel the momentum increasing even more. I mean, obviously, the good things that are happening with the Heat organization now, with the new personnel on the court, but at the same time, we just feel like the city has embraced it. And they're continuing to support in our efforts and helping us help young people. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and it goes to a lot of, a number of different charities.
Yeah, well, Wade's World Foundation as well as Alonzo Mourning Charities, we both are two organizations that focus on providing educational opportunities for young people. And providing these opportunities, we realize that kids have the ability, but many of them just don't have the resources. Jimmy, you and I, and D-Wade, we can all think of all the individuals in our lives to help contribute to us being in the position that we're in today. And without those individuals, we wouldn't be sitting here today. So, there's a lot of other kids out there in our community that's like that. And we just can't leave it to the public school system to raise our kids. We got to develop safe havens and other organizations, after-school programming and mentorship programs that will enable these kids to continue to develop and succeed and become productive citizens. And ultimately, that's what we want. We want kids to graduate from high school, trying to tackle this vicious cycle of illiteracy, address all the other issues that might be keeping a child from, moving ahead in life, and graduating from high school and possibly going on to college. The Overtown Youth Center is a huge beneficiary of what we do throughout the Summer Groove, as well as, D-Wade, he can touch on some of the things that he supports through Wade's World Foundation, but it's all about the kids.
Yeah, and you've done it for so long, and I know you're involved now in a big way. Tell me about why you got involved in this charity. What is it, and what did he mean to you as far as the mentoring side of learning how to be a professional, not just a basketball player, but what you do away from the court?
Well, I've always had, growing up, I've always had people in my life that always, let me know that, my life is bigger than basketball. And, too much is given, much is required. Things just stuck with me. And I said, if God blesses me, in a way that I can bless others, that's what I'm going to do. And I always wanted to do that. And, coming down here to South Florida, Alonzo, already had the infrastructure in place. What he did. And of course, I took that infrastructure to Wade's World Foundation and tried to, do my own thing. But when it came to Miami and the Summer Groove, I sat down with Alonzo and we thought that, us two together would be stronger than us two apart. And we have the same beliefs. We both want to support the community that supports us and make sure that our youth, our future, has an opportunity in life that we've been given. We know where we came from, and we know who helped us and pushed us, and we're trying to do our job, to do that as well in many different ways. And it's been great. It's been great, and we want to continue to get more support from the community. And hopefully through this weekend and through others, that we can make sure the community understands and knows what we're trying to accomplish, and know it's all for them. It's not for us at all. And we get more people behind the support.
And the key to what he just said, Jimmy, is the only way for us to touch these lives the way we want to touch them is that we have to get more support from the community.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You do. A corporate community and individual citizens. Yeah. And we're putting all the information about the summer group up at the Cefalo blog at WIOD.com. Final question for you, Dwayne. Did Pat Riley really take out all the championship rings and show them to everybody? LeBron and Chris Bosh.
Oh yeah, he had all the championship rings.
Oh.
And, he had some other stuff, other rings. He had a big bag of rings, actually in there. And, it makes you sit and makes you think. And that's what you want to have one day. You want to have those rings, and I think those guys, that's the position they're in their career. Where they like, listen, I want to win, and I'm gonna do what it takes to win. And I want to win. I won one championship, and that's not enough. I think it's harder once you win the championship because you felt it before. You know that feeling. I remember the champagne bath that we have afterwards. So we all want to win, and it came where all egos have to be put aside and say, you know what, if we have this opportunity that we can come together and be a dominant team for years and years to come, why not do that? Then all compete against each other. Maybe one year you win, maybe one year I win, and this and that. When we can dominate for a couple of years, and not say dominate like we're going to win every year, but dominate the game of basketball to the point where we give ourselves a chance to win every year, and that's what you play this game for.
Yeah, and there was a lot of sour grapes. There's still a lot of sour grapes.
Well, you can't please everybody, Jimmy.
No, you can't.
South Florida's happy.
Oh, we're thrilled.
South Florida's happy. Yeah.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
You know what? I was as mad as that with that Cavaliers owner. I don't even know who he is, but I wanted to anyway. Look, we have no choice about where we get drafted. None. We go where they tell us. Not unlike any other American, where if you're a lawyer and you want to go work in Chicago, you go there. But then you fill out your contract and you finish it, and you finally become a free agent. Yeah. Oh, thank you for allowing that. And then he's going to complain about it? Really? Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Guys, thank you so much. The Summer Groove is this weekend. It's vital to our community. It's vital to help the kids who really need help. And our thanks to Dwayne Wade and to Alonzo Mourning. And God bless you both for doing all you do for the community.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks for your support,
guys.
man.
All right, take care now. And by the way, right now, we're going to give away an autographed Dwayne Wade jersey, because we've got one. And if you're the third caller right now, it's 866-610-NEWS, 18 Wallace customers at star 610, you'll win it. Let's go right to traffic and find out what's going on with Ron Phillips and the Cefalo Hard Rock Hotel.